Back on the SportsMax zone, of course, the biosecure series between the West Indies and India will start on the 8th of July, the first match at the Rose Bowl in Southampton. And the touring West Indies were continuing their intra-squad practice match today. It was day 3 of a rain-affected fixture, and Jason Holder's 11 completed their innings, 272. Joshua De Silva, the young Trinidad and Tobago wicketkeeper batsman, 133 not out against the Craig Brathwaite 11, who closed at 112 for 7. Brathwaite's 11 trailing at the moment by 160 runs. So a big knock there by Joshua De Silva, a young player who has been showing a lot of promise in the last couple of years. And David Brooke, our correspondent in England, Old Trafford to be specific, spoke with De Silva after the knock.
Silva, first of all, congratulations, 133 not out today. How did it feel getting to a century on this tour?
Oh no, it's obviously always a great feeling to reach 100, and yeah, just to be the first man to get it on the tour, it was really good. So yeah, it was good to get that one out the way and score some runs.
Trinidad and Tobago, known for its love of T20, you've excelled in first-class cricket. Has it always been your aspiration to play Test cricket?
Oh yeah, obviously. Since I've started playing, since I've known much about cricket, I started quite late. So since I've gotten into Test cricket, has always been the ultimate goal, and that'll always be the main focus for me to reach there.
What would it mean to you to represent West Indies?
Oh, everything I can even hope for. So yeah.
What's the main difference in terms of batting in English conditions?
Major differences is playing the ball later. You have to wait a lot longer for the ball. The wickets aren't as flat as back home, so you really have to wait and play the ball under your eyes, and you can't play the expansive drives you might in the Caribbean. So yes, it's a little bit of a change, but I'm adjusting well.
And those who haven't seen you bat, who do you model yourself on, or who did you really look up to? Am I expecting to hear the words Brian, Charles, Lara?
We could say Brian Lara. Of course, watched him growing up, but definitely watched Shane Watson a lot growing up, and Brad Haddon. So,
well, congratulations today, Josh, and all the best for the rest of the tour. I hope you get an opportunity.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Joshua De Silva there, raising his stocks in this first-class match. Tina Best co-hosting live via our transmission from Barbados today. Tina, your thoughts on what Joshua De Silva did today? He has been a young player rising from the under-19s, and since his emergence at the senior level, certainly in domestic cricket, has shown that he's got something about him, Tino.
Yeah, yes, indeed. To always score runs in a practice game is always good because it builds your confidence as well. So I think that the young man is one for the future. He just got to continue to work on his wicket-keeping as well and his batting. There is room for him, and it's good. I like competition. If he can put some pressure on Dorridge for that wicket-keeper position, it's all good for me because at the end of the day, that is what makes the team good, strong, and competitive. Because if Brad Haddon didn't put a lot of pressure on Gilchrist, so forth and so forth, Gilchrist wouldn't play some of his best cricket. So it's always good that you got a guy waiting in the wings that is just chomping at the bit to get the opportunity. So well done, young man.
Tino, apart from Joshua De Silva's incredible performance today, there have been some other standout performance throughout the test match. We didn't get to hear your opinion, but based on the test match and how the results are shaping up, what do you think the West Indies are looking at when we head into July 8th for that test tour?
I think a well-balanced team. I hope that they go for 4 fast bowlers. But I think if the first test is played on a drier surface, which is the Rose Bowl, I think you got to go with a spinner because there's a bit of a feather bed. So you don't want to be in a situation that you play all 4 fast bowlers and you don't have the option of a really good spinner. So I will probably try to go in with 3 fast bowlers. Depending on the surface in England, it has a big part to do with the surface in England. So I think Jason Holder we got his work cut out for him, and I just hope that the West Indies go and put a big fight up and just continue to just strive for excellence.
As you mentioned, Jason Holder, the fact that he has been unable to score in these practice matches, he hasn't bowled. Should we be worried?
A little bit, I think for sure. So it kind of come back to my original point. I think that they might play 4 fast bowlers just as cover for Jason, because as a fast bowler, you need reps. You need reps to bowl quickly. You need reps to just be consistent. So you don't want to come into a first test a bit rusty and stuff. So I think that the concern level in the West Indies is about maybe an 8 or 9 on a scale of 10.
Tino, you've played a fair amount of cricket in England, having played county cricket as well. You mentioned at least 2 or 3 times just now about the pitch conditions and what it's likely to be. What has been your experience with that Southampton track?
A feather bed. That pitch, Lance, is flat. I'm a bit of a deck bowler. I don't really worry if the surface is like super fast or whatever. I just need it to be firm so I can get pace off the pitch. A guy like Fidel know who swings the ball. It doesn't really matter to him. But I like when the deck is a low firmer. So I think because Jason Holt is not going to be able to bowl, they have to play that extra fast bowler for sure. So depending on the surface, and down there is a very flat wicket. So if the game draw, I wouldn't mind at all. But if we lose, I'll be disappointed because it is a batting wicket. Like when I played there that season, it was a feather bed.
Yeah, I know that Jason Holder has a niggle. You just mentioned that he won't bowl. Is it your information that he will definitely not bowl in this opening test?
No, I don't have any information. I don't have any inside scoop.
Yeah.
I'm just basically going on me as a bowler.
Yeah.
You definitely won't. So if you're a test, if you're the captain and you're a bowler and you're not bowling, there is a niggle. There's something, probably a shoulder hurting you.
Yeah.
You just want to get yourself ready for that game. So if Jason does bowl in the match, it's going to be very limited. I'll be very surprised if he do bowl a lot of overs in the first test because he has not had any reps. So I just hope that he's fit enough to lead the team for those 3 test matches, and we can hope the West Indies can be competitive.
Yeah, and quickly on that point about the West Indies batsmen getting ready, we know that the batsmen always talk about difficulties in batting in English conditions. Your highest test score, Tino Best, 95, came in England. Clearly you didn't have many problems batting there, did you?
Lance, please remember mind the windows as well. I had that monkey on my back for a very long time, so I had to perform. I couldn't retire or West Indies finish with me, and I did not get revenge on that bowling attack from England. The guys got to play late. They got to play the ball real late in England. From my understanding, that's why Toby Radford is arguably one of the best batting coaches or seen around the West Indies batting setup. You have to play the ball really late. I remember when Shea Hope scored the 200s back-to-back at Headingley. Now, Headingley is one of the most difficult places for a batsman to bat, and he batted incredibly. What he needs to remember, or all the batsmen need to remember, is they have to play the ball extremely late, and that is the hallmark of batting in England.
Any worry for you? We know we saw Joshua Silva getting 100 today, undefeated 100, we must say. But some of the batsmen who are in the 14, because we have to remind our viewers that Joshua Silva is one of the reserves. He isn't really in the 14. But some of the batsmen, like Bonner and Jermaine Blackwood and so on, looking for runs. John Campbell to ahead of the series and fighting for batting spots as well. Bonner and Blackwood for sure. Any worry that they haven't really got off yet?
I wouldn't read too much into it because practice games, some guys are not really G'd up for practice games for sure, Lance. The bowlers are not going to go as hard. Bowlers going to go about maybe 70, 80%, try to get their rhythm, try to get into the groove. So beg your pardon, I'm very happy that young De Silva scored the 133 not out. But let's not get I should say, ahead of ourselves. It is a practice game. Guys are not going to go as hard as they would have in a match. I wouldn't be too worried about batsmen not scoring runs in a match because different mindsets. Brian Lara never liked practice games, guys. That doesn't mean that Brian Lara is going to go in the middle and bat like if he's playing a practice game. So I think that it is good to get a hit in the middle, but I think that is good for young Joshua's confidence to score 100 against the West Indies bowling attack. So I think that you shouldn't read too much into a practice game. I still think that the real deal is played on the July the 8th is when you're going to really be tested.
Definitely.
Yeah, Tino, the Bertram best. Of course, England also practicing for this first test on the 8th of July. They started match today at the match venue in Southampton, and the team Josh Butler scored 287 for 5 of their 90 overs. James Bracey 85 and Dan Lawrence getting 58. Craig Overton 2 for 32 and Jimmy Anderson 2 for 49. So pretty tidy batting effort there by Butler's 11 against the new captain Ben Stokes, Team Ben Stokes.
I know, and I know a lot of people will be looking out at Team Ben Stokes because they want to see how Stokes handles this captaincy, whether he puts the pressure on himself or he uses it to his benefit and positives come out of it.
Yeah, okay, we'll continue with cricket. President of the Barbados Cricket Association and CWI board member Conde Riley grabbed Cricinfo headlines in the past 18 hours in a story that has him attacking the action of West Indies coach Phil Simmons, breaking the team's isolation bubble in England to attend a funeral. Now, Riley described Simmons as reckless in his actions that should warrant him being removed as coach, having endangered the lives of 25 men in the UK and the entire management team. Now, here's what Cricket West Indies said in a statement updating Phil Simmons' status after attending his father-in-law's funeral service. The CWI statement said, following his return, Simmons has been in self-isolation away from other members of the squad, exactly as had always been planned. He has so far undergone 2 COVID-19 tests since Friday, both of which came back negative. Now, in the last few hours, Riley has significantly tempered his position on the story, and he's about to tell us why he has done so.